There's no nationwide system for tracking just how many people fall victim to tax scams. But with scammers getting smarter and their technology more advanced, it's likely that the number of victims has risen in the last several years. In this video, we go over a few common scams targeting taxpayers, including the IRS letter scams, email phishing scams, ghost tax preparers, and more. IRS letter scams. Despite being in an age of internet-based communication, some scammers are sticking to snail mail to try and trick people into really believing they are the IRS. Scammers are sending out fake tax bills that look very much like real notices from the IRS. Some are made to look like they are related to the Affordable Care Act. If a taxpayer doesn't have health care, they have to pay a penalty related to their taxes. Scammers make it look as though this notice is to pay that fee, while sometimes they make it look as though the taxpayer simply didn't pay enough. These scams are incredibly dangerous because it's very difficult to tell which ones are fake and which are real notices from the IRS. How can you tell if you're targeted by one? Many of these scams originate from an Austin, Texas address. No official paperwork from the IRS would come from an address in that city. If the letter requests that you make a check out to the IRS at the Austin Processing Center, or if the letter number is 105C, this is another warning sign. Tax transcript emails. One common IRS email scam is when scammers send out an email with an attachment labeled tax transcript. A tax transcript is the summary of your return. Eager taxpayers, excited to see and receive their tax return, open the attachment only to find that it's a virus that released malware onto the taxpayer's computer. This malware can wreak havoc on your personal data. What are the signs you've received one of these? This scam is actually very easy to spot, as the IRS has never and will never send unsolicited emails to taxpayers. Plus, the IRS would certainly never email anything as sensitive as a tax transcript. If you receive an email that looks like it's from the IRS and you didn't reach out to them first, you can rest assured that it's a scam. IRS telephone scams. IRS telephone scams long precede the new email phishing schemes. But scammers are getting smarter and updating old tactics in an effort to claim more victims. The scam starts out the same as always. A scammer calls a taxpayer pretending to be the IRS. They usually schedule their calls right around when tax returns are being released, though new reports show that scammers are attempting this scheme year-round now. The scammer claims that the taxpayer owes a tax bill and demands that they pay it right away, usually over the phone using a debit card. They may threaten the taxpayer, saying that they'll face additional charges or even jail time and criminal charges if they don't pay. The way that this scam has changed is that scammers have now figured out how to get their computers to display the local IRS TAC phone number. To the taxpayer, it looks like the local office is calling. When the taxpayer checks their local IRS website, they'll see that phone number displayed. The scammer then calls back, demanding payment. How can you avoid this scam? Simple, as spotting this scam is relatively easy. The IRS will never, ever ask for payment over the phone. This is all just the tip of the scamming iceberg of what devious activities scammers are doing around tax time. For more information and other types of scams to watch out for, visit our site today. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.